Hello everybody, I'm Stephanie. I'm so glad to be with you this evening. Tonight we're going to be taking a flow, bringing our intention and awareness around the heart chakra. You're going to need one block for tonight's flow, or you can grab a book or something else that's very thick that could support you. But grab that, join me on your mat, and let's get started. So tonight, as we bring our intentions and awareness to the heart chakra, we're really thinking about ways that we can love ourselves, ways that we can love others. And with this chakra, the color associated with it is green. And we're going to be thinking not only about love, but what goes hand in hand with that is healing. So allowing some space for healing. The heart chakra also makes a connection between the physical and the mental. So bringing those two things together, maybe you're not feeling very loving, but finding that loving movement in your body, opening up the heart, or vice versa. You might be thinking you're being loving, but emotionally, physically, you're not being very loving. So just taking a look at all those things, balancing out the give and the take. So beginning with the breath, coming to any kind of comfortable seated position. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Whole spine lifts, heart lifts up, reaching up through the crown of your head. Keep that length, and exhale, hands come down through heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Keep your length. Keep the heart lifted. Exhale, hands down through heart center. 1 more time. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hands come down. Keeping the heart lifted, you're going to find a little hug. So maybe bringing the right arm on top first. And then if you can, reaching back maybe for the wings or the scapula or just the shoulders, but giving yourself a hug. And then we're going to find a cat and a cow here. So on your exhale, spine reaches back behind you, chin drops to chest. Inhale, heart reaches forward, chin reaches up towards the ceiling. Just noticing how that feels in your body. Exhale, chin to chest, spine reaches back. Inhale, heart forward, chin reaches up. Coming back to neutral, switching whatever arm is on top. Finding a grip, shoulder blades, scapula. Inhale, heart reaches forward, chin reaches up. Exhale, spine reaches back behind you. Just noticing how that feels in your body. Last one. And then coming back to your neutral spine, release that hug and reach your hands back behind you, staying up on the fingertips. Inhale to lengthen and reach the heart forward. Exhale, spine reaches back behind you, hands come out in front of you. So we're moving the arms back and forth this time with the spine. Inhale, heart reaches forward, arms reach back. Exhale, arms reach forward, spine behind. Can you notice how it's a little bit easier to open the heart when you're making the space for it? You're not closing off, hugging in, coming into yourself. It's a lot easier making this circle a little bit bigger. And then coming back to your neutral spine, very gently making your way to tabletop. Coming into your traditional cat-cow, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, drop your core, lift your hips, lift your crown, reach your heart forward. Exhale, spine towards the ceiling, press away from your mat. Finding the balance between these two things. So even though we're opening up the heart, we're also taking time to close off for just a moment. So that can relate to our own lives. We can't always live with our heart on our sleeves. There has to be a time when we can come back into ourselves, into our body, and ground back down when needed. Coming back to your neutral spine, finding a thread. Transfer your weight to your left palm. Inhale, right arm lifts, little twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Reach your right arm as far as you can, dropping right arm, right shoulder, right ear, keeping your left hand underneath your shoulder. Tiny press. Can you reach your heart just a little bit further towards the left? So it's just very subtle, subtle movements in the body. Then on your next inhale, right arm unthreads, reaches up, little twist. And exhale, right palm comes down to the mat. Other side, inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, bend and thread. Reach your left arm as far as you can, dropping left arm, left shoulder, left ear. Right hand stays underneath your shoulder. Gentle press to open up your heart. On your next inhale, unthread. Left arm lifts. And left palm comes back down to the mat. Grounding down all four corners, all 5 fingers, so you're drawing energy up from the ground and not letting everything fall down. Core pulls in, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, find your first down dog here. Reaching your heart back towards your thighs, soften the knees, bend the knees, and then exhale, reach the heels down. So the movement's all coming from the knees. Keep pressing your heart back towards your thighs. Just taking some little movements, warming up the hamstrings, the calves. Last one. Then settling into your down dog, really reaching your heart back towards your thighs, but keeping ears in line with your biceps so you're not pressing back past your arms. Deep bend in your knees, look up between your hands. Take your time, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Exhale, reach down through your crown. Grabbing opposite elbows, maybe just hanging out here for a moment, rocking side to side, just feeling the weight of everything pulling down here. Belly button stays pulled into spine to counteract all of that pulling down. Then release the arms. Roll up one vertebrae at a time, ragdoll. Last thing up is the head. Roll the shoulders back, open the heart. So as you're coming to any kind of standing position today, really paying attention to how you're presenting yourself. Are you opening up the heart, or are you letting everything kind of collapse down? Because how we're feeling is going to directly relate to what we're seeing in your body. So if you're feeling very closed off, especially after being quarantined and stuck inside for so long, open up. Begin that feeling of opening up, bringing some love into your life. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bow from the waist, swan dive or hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, deep bend in your knees, plant your hands. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Step your left foot back, top of your plank, shoulders over your wrists. Even here, can you reach forward through your crown and back through your heels? Exhale, knees come down to the mat. Bend your elbows, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Inhale, drag forward, really reach forward through the heart. Lift up, little cobra, shine your heart forward. Exhale, melt back down. We're going to take 2 more of those. Inhale, drag forward, lift up. Exhale, reach back down. Inhale, drag forward, lift up. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Curl your toes, hips up and back, down dog. Now just taking that little bit of movement, opening up the heart, I'm feeling a little better because, just to be honest, I was not in the headspace to really practice yoga tonight or really be here with you all. My heart has been kind of heavy today. But just realizing the times we don't want to practice yoga, that's kind of the times we almost need it the most. We're meeting together in down dog, deep bend in your knees, look between your hands, take your time, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Exhale, reach down through your crown. Inhale, halfway lift, shine your heart forward. Exhale, reach back down. Belly button to spine, inhale, reverse, come up. And exhale, hands through heart center. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, deep bend in your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back, top of your plank. Shoulders aligning over your wrist. Exhale, knees come back to the mat. Second option, chaturanga, push-ups, your choice. Then release all the way down to your belly. Inhale, drag forward, lift up, maybe back to your baby cobra, mid cobra, high cobra. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Slide your hands back, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the mat. So we're in a hovering tabletop here. Pull the core in. On your exhale, knees come back down. They can hover, they can touch. It's up to you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. On your next inhale, lift up. Exhale, hips up and back. Down dog. Breathe. Deep bend in your knees. Look between your hands. This time, step, hop, or float your feet to the top of your mat. Exhale, reach down through your crown. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, belly button to spine. Inhale, reverse, come up. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Open up the heart. Keep reaching up, up, up through the crown. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. On your exhale, shoot your hips forward, little back bend. Inhale, come back up, arms reach back overhead. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Exhale, cactus, back bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, cactus, little back bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, deep bend in your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back, top of your plank. You can go back to your knees. You can go back to child's pose, toes touching, knees apart. You can go back to down dog, or staying on your toes, lower down, halfway chaturanga, find your push-ups, then find your back bend, low, middle, high cobra, or up dog. Press back, tabletop, curl your toes, hips up and back, down dog. Take any wiggles here you need in down dog, maybe pedaling the heels, rocking the hips, coming back and forth on the wrists. Just noticing how you're feeling in your body. Then with your next exhale, really reaching your heart back towards your thighs. Lift your right leg, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee, come up on your left toes, step or walk your right foot through between your hands. Exhale, left knee down to the mat. Right knee stays over your ankle, draw the energy up. Low lunge, inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands reach back behind you, roll the shoulders back. Maybe you clasp fingers behind you. Open, lift the heart, come out of the hips. Exhale, frame your right foot without hitting your bookcase on the way down. Left knee lifts. Exhale, right foot steps back, down dog. Lift your right leg again. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders come over your wrist. Right knee is gonna come between your hands, so it's hovering right underneath your heart here. We're staying here, single leg plank. You can take the left knee down if you'd like to. On your inhale, spine reaches up towards the ceiling, knee to nose. Exhale, come back down, heart reaches forward. Single leg plank. So inhale to lift, knee to nose. Exhale, single leg plank. Doing that maybe a few more times. Then press back, right leg lifts again, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee, come up on your left toe, step or walk your right foot through between your hands. Squeeze your inner thigh, core pulls in. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Can you get your shoulders down and back so you're not reaching the arms out of the shoulders? Shoulders are still down and back, and we're going to be taking movement from the shoulders, but really paying attention to keeping the heart open, even though we're making all this noise, this chaos in our arms. Inhale, arms reach forward. You're giving here. Exhale, hands reach back. You're taking away. Inhale, arms come up and forward. Exhale, arms reach back. One more time. Inhale, up, forward. Exhale, back. We're meeting together in high lunge. Ground down through your right foot. Transfer your weight to your right foot. Left foot walks or lifts up. Single leg Tadasana. Exhale, hands down through heart center and cross your left ankle over your right knee. So we're coming into standing pigeon. I'm going to flip it around here for you to the front. Pressing your ankle into the lower thigh. So from here, can you lift out of the hips? Hands beginning at heart center. Maybe you find a spot that's not going to move. Maybe you take a half bind. Right hand's going to come down by your side. Left arm reaches back behind you, reaching for the inside of the shoulder. So you're rolling the left shoulder back, opening up the heart. Lift. Maybe give a little smile here for a moment. Then with control, left foot comes back in line with your hip. And exhale, left foot down next to your right. Maybe take some movement through the hips if that feels good. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bow all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, deep bend in your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back, top of your plank, knees or toes. Find your vinyasa or find some stillness. If you're needing to close off for a moment and go into child's pose, that's okay, but we're not staying there, we're not dwelling there in that closed off place. Lift your right leg again, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, come up on your left toes, step or walk your right foot through between your hands. Squeeze your inner thighs, inhale, come back up, high lunge. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head, exhale, bow. We're finding a little twist here, so squeezing the inner thighs together. Keep the heart opening up, so it begins forward, and then with your exhale, left elbow comes to your right knee. Heart's going over to the right, but it's still staying lifted. It's not staying down towards the floor. We want to keep the heart open, so if that means you need to come up a little bit, that's okay. One more breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, frame your right foot. Step your right foot back to your plank. Knees or toes. We're coming down to forearms. Rock to the left, come down left forearm to the right, right forearm. Gripping the mat, making sure you're in your forearm plank. So you're not able to lift the forearms. The hands may lift, but you can't lift the forearms. If you can lift the forearms, you've gone back just a little bit too far. Can you keep reaching the heart forward? Bring your awareness there. One more breath. And exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Keep gripping your mat. Drag yourself forward, shoulders reaching down and back. Sphinx pose. Open up the heart a little bit more. One more breath here. Then come back, tuck the toes, lift the hips, back to your forearm plank, rock to the right, come up left palm to the left right palm. Top of your plank, we're gonna be moving back and forth to our side planks. So you can do this however you'd like. Maybe you do it from your knees. You can test the waters. Shift to the left, right arm lifts, left shoulder over your right wrist. Exhale, right palm comes down, shift to the right, left arm lifts, right shoulder over your right wrist. We're doing that one more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, come back down. Shift back, down dog. Deep bend in your knees, look between your hands, make your way to the top of your mat.
Exhale, reach down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, belly button to spine. Inhale, reverse, come up. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, cactus, back to those little back bends. Shoot your hips forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, cactus the arms, little back bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, cactus, back bend, really opening up. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bow from the waist all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, deep bend in your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back. You know your options. Take a flow or find some stillness. Maybe play around with a different version. We're going to meet back together in down dog. Lift your left leg, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, come up on your right toes, step or walk your left foot through between your hands. Exhale, right knee comes down. We're coming back to that low lunge with a heart opener. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, arms reach back behind you. Maybe they reach back, maybe you clasp your fingers. Open up the heart, shoulders rolling back. Lift up out of the hips so you're not dumping everything down or forward. You're lifting up. You're opening up. Arms reach back up overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Plant your hands, frame your left foot. Step your left foot back, down dog. Lift your left leg again, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, come up on your right toe, shift your weight forward. We're coming back to that knee to nose single leg plank. Left knee comes between your hands. Shoulders are over your wrist. Right knee can come down. Inhale, reach your spine up, knee to nose. Exhale, come back down, single leg plank. You know what to do. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one. And shift back. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts. Bend your left knee, come up on your right toes, step or walk your left foot through between your hands. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, come up, high lunge, other side. Keeping the heart open and lifted. Inhale, arms reach in front of you. Exhale, reach back behind you. Inhale to lift and reach forward. Exhale to reach back. One more time. Inhale, give. Exhale, take. We're finding that balance. Ground into your left foot. Right foot steps or walks up, single leg Tadasana. Exhale, hands down through heart center, right ankle over your left knee. So we're coming to our standing pigeon, other side. Pressing your right ankle into the bottom of your left thigh. So it's not on the kneecap, it's not on any joint. You can keep hands to heart center. Lift out of the hips, open up. Or take that half bind, left hand comes down by your side, right hand reaches back behind you for the inside of your left arm. With control, release, right knee comes back in line with your hip, and exhale, right foot comes down. Take some wiggles if you need to. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, deep bend in your knees, plant your hands, step your feet back. Find your flow or find your stillness. We're meeting together in down dog. Shift forward, top of your plank, shoulders over your wrist. Rock to the right, come down right forearm to the left, left forearm. We're in our forearm planks again, gripping the mat. Make sure it's on the forearms and not just the elbows. One more breath. Knees can come down, but not releasing the belly. And release, come all the way down. Keep gripping your mat. Drag yourself forward, shoulders roll back. Open up the heart. Maybe taking a few neck rolls this time. Exhale, chin to chest. Rocking the chin from one shoulder towards the other. Big circle one direction. Reverse your direction. Then keep reaching, heart forward, neck comes back to neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, back to your forearm plank, rock to the left, right palm to the right, left palm, top of your plank, knees or toes. We're going back to those side planks, side to side. We're gonna take 3 of them this time. Rocking to the left, inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, down through center. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, come back down. Taking a few more. If you're feeling like this is good for your practice, if it's not, and you need to say no, being okay with that. Last set, if you're still moving, meeting back, top of your plank, press back down dog. Deep bend in your knees, look between your hands, make your way to the top of your mat. Exhale, reach down through your crown. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down, belly button to spine. Inhale, reverse, come up. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Coming to the center of your mat, you're gonna align your ankles underneath your knees and shifting the weight, we're moving it back and forth. We're taking kind of a curtsy lunge from one side or the other, but we're keeping the heart open the entire time. So really think about keeping the heart reaching forward instead of letting it come down. So inhale, arms reach up overhead, shift the weight to the right foot, left foot steps behind you. With your exhale, arms reach back behind you, heart reaches forward like you're taking a big bow, ta-da! Inhale, come back up, shift the weight, right foot steps back behind you. So we're moving back and forth, but keeping the heart open and lifted so it's not coming down to the floor. We're staying open the entire time. Last little bit, balance it out. And coming back to center. Coming back to the top of your mat. Clasping all but the pointer and thumb, shoulders over your ears. Sorry, not shoulders over your ears, that makes no sense. Elbows over your shoulders. Inhale to lengthen, grow taller through the crown of your head. Exhale, big side bend over to the right. Push your hips out to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, big side bend over to the left. Push your hips out to the right. Inhale back to center. Release your grasp. Swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach back down. Deep bend in your knees. Plant your hands. Step your feet back. Top of your plank. You know the drill. It's completely up to you what you would like to do. We're meeting together in down dog. Lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Find your hip opener, bend your right knee. Right foot reaches back to the left, keeping the opening in the hips, not the armpit. So if the right armpit's rolling open to the side, can you bring it back down? Big circle with your kneecap. Move the hip around in the joint. Reverse your direction. Keep your right knee bent. Realign your right hip with your left hip. Come up on your left toes. Step or walk your right foot through between your hands. Left heel down, left toes out. Inhale, come up, warrior two. I'm gonna flip it around here for you. So we're really gonna be concentrating on opening up the heart here. So flip the palms up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, really opening up the heart. Then flip the palms back down. Can you keep that openness, or did everything come back down? If it did, palms come up, shoulders up, back, and down, then flip the palms back down. We're gonna keep this openness in the heart. Inhale, tug forward. Exhale, tug back. Inhale, tug forward. Exhale, tug back. So the movement's coming from the waist. Inhale, tug forward. Exhale, tug back. Straighten your right knee. Tug forward. Spinning down, heart staying open to the left side, coming into your triangle. Hand can float, hand can come to the shin, to the ankle, to a block, whatever you'd like. But can you open up, really feel this openness through the left side body. One more breath here. Then coming back, warrior two. Grab your block or something to stabilize you. We're headed to half moon. Placing it at the top of your mat, away from your toes. Coming back together, warrior two. Tug forward, right palm's floating above where it's gonna plant. Left hand comes to your hip. Right palm grounds down as your left foot lifts, opening up left shoulder, left hip. So stacking, just like we did in triangle, but this time you're even stacking the hips, opening up. Left hand may float, it may not. You can stay there in half moon, or you might take an option tonight. It's called sugar cane. You're gonna bend your left knee, reach your left hand back for your foot. Woo! And if you fall out like I did and just slam into stuff, you know, sometimes that's the way things are. That's what you get for live stuff. Really grounding down, pull the core in. If you fall over just like I did, that's okay. Coming back, half moon. Coming back, warrior two. Whoo! You've got it. I'm gonna flip back to the top of my mat here. Spin the hands down, spin on the left toes. Low lunge, really pressing back through the left heel. Right foot steps back, down dog. Lift your right leg again, three-legged dog. This time we're gonna find a fallen triangle. So bend your right knee and thread your right foot underneath your left leg. You're coming onto the side of the right foot, beginning to spin on the left toe. So both legs are straight. Transfer your weight to your right palm like you do in your side plank. Left arm reaches up. It may reach back behind you. And release, coming back down, down dog. Lift your left leg, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, find your hip opener in this side, reach your left foot back to the right, keeping the opening in your hips. Big circle with your kneecap. Reverse your direction. Keep your left knee bent, realign your left hip with your right hip, come up on your right toes, step or walk your left foot through between your hands, right heel down, right toes out, inhale, come up, warrior two. Palms flip up towards the ceiling. Shoulders up, back, and down. Keeping that openness in the heart, flip the palms back down. Inhale, tug forward. Exhale, tug back. Inhale, tug forward. Exhale, tug back. One more time. Inhale, tug forward. Exhale, tug back. Back to your center. Left knee straightens. Tug forward. Spinning the hands down. Triangle other side. Keep the heart open. Right shoulder's on top of your left. Keep reaching energy straight up so it's not reaching back behind you. You're reaching straight up. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. We're going back to half moon. Testing the waters. If you fall out and land on your bookcase, that's okay. You know, this is perfect to happen with a love flow, a heart opening flow, because sometimes we make mistakes. We do. As we're trying to be loving, sometimes we make mistakes. It's as if we can come back and try it again. So trying again, we're meeting together. Warrior two, tug forward, right hand to your hip, left hand's planting down, floor block, right leg lifts, half moon, right hip stacked on top of your left. Maybe the right hand floats. Maybe you try sugar cane, right foot to right palm. And release back, half moon, warrior two.
Being brave to try again. Sometimes it doesn't look perfect. Some days are messy days. That's the way it is. Exhale, swan dive. Frame your left foot. Right, spinning on the right toes. Low lunge, press back through the right heel. Step your left foot back, down dog. We're going to fall in triangle, other side. Lift your left leg, bend your left knee, reaching it forward and threading it underneath the right. You're coming onto the side of the left foot, spinning on the right toes. Right arm reaches up, maybe it reaches back behind you. With control, coming back down, plant the palm, left foot comes back, down dog. Shift forward, inhale, top of your plank, knees or toes. How slow can you lower all the way down to your belly? Releasing the toes, they're going to point back behind you. Hands are going to reach back behind you. You're looking straight down into the mat to begin. Maybe the hands are just reaching back, maybe you're clasping them, but we're opening up the heart, rolling the shoulders back. On your inhale, lift up, heart reaches forward, fist reaches back, coming into locust. Maybe the toes stay down, maybe they lift, but we're keeping the intention with the heart reaching floor forward. Man, I'm still thinking about heading for that floor. And release. Hands come underneath your shoulders. We're pressing back, child's pose, toes touching, knees apart, grounding down for a moment. We want to find some counter movement here, or counter posture to opening up. Coming back to the breath. Then one more time, shifting forward and all the way down to your belly. Hands reaching back behind you or clasping the hands behind your hips. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, reach the fist back, reach the heart forward. Toes can stay down, they can come up. And exhale, come back down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press up, tabletop. Curl your toes, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, bending the knees, hovering table. How slow can you lower all the way down to your knees? Once you're all the way down, you're going to walk your hands back towards your knees. You're standing on your knees. You're going to step your right foot out to the side, keeping your left knee underneath the hip. We're setting up for a gate pose here, so we're opening up to the sides first. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up and over. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands heart center, right knee comes in, left foot steps out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up and over. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Noticing, can you keep the heart open, lifted, and also give a stretch to the inner thighs. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands heart center, switch the legs. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, hands come down through heart center. Bringing the hands to your small back. We're setting up for some dynamic variations of a camel. So hands to the small back, shoulders roll back, elbows are reaching towards each other so they're not out to the side. Inhale, lift through the crown. Exhale, shoot the hips forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, shift the hips forward. Press the hips forward, excuse me. Inhale, come back up. You can do that one more time. Inhale, lift, exhale, shift, reach the hips forward. Why do I want to say shift? Or you can come into full camel, thumbs coming to the outside of your ankles. If you've come into full camel, hands come back to your small back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come back down to your tabletop. Take some movement, take some wiggles.
then pressing down into the mat, core's pulling in. Inhale, right arm reaches forward, left foot reaches back behind you. We're taking some movement. This time we're not opening up the entire arm or the leg. We're gonna be opening up from the shoulder and the knee. So the right elbow is gonna come back in line with the right shoulder. So you're cactusing the right arm, and the left knee is coming underneath the hip, but it's staying lifted, it's floating. Then on our exhale, we're opening up to the side, cactusing the arm and lifting the left leg. So you're kind of doing a fire hydrant thing. Exhale, bring it back in, excuse me, goodness gracious. Inhale, come back in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lift. Inhale, center. Exhale, lift. And release, ground back down, left knee, right palm. Take some movement. Other side, left arm forward, right foot back. And then we're doing that same thing. Left elbow in line with your shoulder, so you're cactusing the arm. And right knee's coming underneath your hips. So you're opening up the knee from the side. Exhale, lift the leg, little fire hydrant. Inhale, close it back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, center. Exhale, lift. Inhale, center. And release, right knee down, left palm down. Step your right foot up between your hands and walk your left knee back as far as is comfortable. Really pausing at every single point here. We're not rushing through things. Really paying attention to pause, stop, listen to see what is going on. Doesn't mean we have to be happy with what's going on, but we're listening. So pausing here for a moment, low lunge. Then toe heel your right foot over to the left, bringing your right ankle close in towards your hip. We're setting up for a pigeon. Pause there. Check out what's going on. If you're rocking and you feel really grounded on the right side, but the left side's lifted, give yourself some help. Sit on something to lift the right hip. If the hips feel balanced, walk your right shin forward. So you're finding the edge, stopping and listening for this side. Inhale to reach up through the heart. Exhale to reach forward through the heart. Keep reaching the heart forward. Maybe this time just coming down to forearms. You can drop the head, but keep the heart open. It's just changing the intention, changing the thought. Instead of letting the pigeon fully sleep with the heart down, it's still open. Walk the hands back. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. Option, I'm going to walk you through mermaid, but we're stopping and listening along the way. We're not just going into it. So beginning here first, bend the left knee. Just seeing how that feels. Walking the hands, taking the torso to the left. Left hand may reach back for the inside of the left foot. Stop there for a moment. See how things are feeling. Shoulders rolling open. You can stop there. Maybe you begin to work the left foot into the left elbow. You can stop there. Right arm can reach up. You can stop there. You can reach the right hand back for the center of your back. Maybe you clasp the fingers, opening up mermaid one side. You can stop anywhere along the way there, whatever feels right in your body. To release, we're coming out same way. Right palm comes down, heart is still to the left. Left foot comes back down. Then the heart comes back to the front. Grounding down both palms, tuck the left toes. Lift the hips, back to your table. Take some movement. The hips have gotten a little talkative, a little crunchy. Step your left foot up between your hands. Walk your right knee back, right toes back.
Pausing, listening along the way. Toe heel your left foot to the right. Bringing your left ankle in towards your right hip. Even if you know you can open up a little bit further, we're really intentionally coming back, stopping and listening first before we're progressing tonight. If you need to, maybe placing some cushion or a block or something underneath the left hip. Then, if it's in your body tonight, walking the left shin forward. Hands come out in front of you. Inhale, reach the heart up. Exhale, reach the heart forward, maybe coming down just to the forearms. Again, it's okay if you want to drop the head, but keeping the heart open and lifted. One more breath here. And then we've got that option to move through mermaid again. Again, you can stop anywhere you'd like to, really stopping and listening. Coming back up to the palms. Taking the torso to the right. So the heart is staying over to the right. Bend your right knee. Reaching the right hand back for the right foot. You can stop there. Right shoulder is rolling open. Maybe you work the right toes into the elbow. Doesn't have to look pretty how you get there. You can stop there. Left arm can reach. You can stop there. Left hand can touch the center of your back. You can stop there, or you can make the connection. Coming out, same way. Left palm comes down. Right foot comes down. Torso still to the right. Torso comes back to the front. Rock way over to the left hip. Right foot comes out and around. Both feet are as close to the edge of your mat as you can get it. There's still a bend in your knees. Hands are going to reach back behind you, fingers in towards your glute. So if you notice, I'm setting up very wide here. It's not a reverse table. We're coming into reverse plank. So if this is something you're not comfortable with, you're welcome to just say no to this. Inhale, lift the hips up. Maybe you walk the feet down even more, but the heart is reaching up. Exhale, bend the knees. And coming back down, soft bend in the knees, hands right by your hips. Lift again with the spine, the heart. Then find something to grab onto. Maybe it's the mat. Maybe it's your ankles, maybe it's your toes. Toes are pointed straight up towards the ceiling. Reaching the heart forward, seated forward fold. Then releasing your neck when you're as far forward as you can go. Roll back up one vertebrae at a time. Bend your right knee. Bring your right foot in as close as possible and cross it over. Left leg can stay long. You can bend it. Right palm as close as you can get it to the base of your spine, to your glute, to your pelvis. Left hand to knee. You can take a bind. Elbow to knee. It's up to you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ground your right hip. Inhale, lengthen. Begin to let go. Base of the spine is twisting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release through the center of the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release top of the spine. And release back to center. Left leg out, right leg out. Other side, bend your left knee. Left foot comes in as close as possible. Cross it over. Option to keep the right leg long or bent. Plant your left palm, base of the spine. How close can you get it? Hand to knee, bind, elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, ground your left hip. Inhale, length. Exhale, release through the base of the spine. Inhale, length. Exhale, center. Inhale, length.
Exhale, top of the spine. And release back to center. Right leg out, left leg out. You're going to grab your block or some kind of support so you have it close to you and lower yourself all the way down to your back. Ankles are walking in, feet are walking in, ankles underneath your knees, knees as wide as your hips. You're going to lift your hips and we're doing a supported bridge so you can go on level 1, level 2, or level 3, slipping your block or support right underneath the base of the spine, the top of the tailbone there. Gaze is staying up towards the ceiling, hands come down by your side. Then we're going for a little psoas stretch here. You can stay there, or you can begin to walk the right toes down. So you're opening up the right psoas right here, but keeping left knee in line with hip. Don't let it open up to the side. Very gently, right toes walk back in and left toes walk out. Right knee stays in line with your hip, opening up the psoas on the left side. Left toes come back in. Inhale, lift, remove your support, and exhale, come back down. Knees come over the hip. Grab right below the kneecaps, rock side to side. Massage out the low back. You can roll over onto one side or the other, or rock and roll, come all the way back up to a seated position. We're going to take a fish pose here, a variation of fish pose. So fingers are coming back behind you as close to your glutes as you can, opening up the heart, reaching shoulders back. You're going to come down to the forearms. Legs are going to extend down. Then reaching up through the heart, and the head reaches back. Chin comes back towards your chest. Using the palms, press back up. We're going to bring the knees in and just hug them in as close as we can. Just finding a little bit of counter movement here. Release those hands. Feet are going to walk down just a little bit further. Engage the core, lift with the heart, and lower yourself down as slow as you can all the way to your back. Knees come back over your belly. Arms open up to the side. With your exhale, rolling over onto your right hip. Big belly twist. You can look to the ceiling. You can look to your left hand. Inhale back through center. And exhale, rolling over onto your left hip. You can look to the ceiling, to your right hand. Back to center. Knees come back. And setting up for your final Shavasana. Arms can extend, legs can extend. Knees can be together, they can be apart, wherever you would like. But bringing both of your hands to your heart. Closing the eyes. Just spending a few breaths here. Thinking about love and chakra. Not dwelling on anything that didn't go quite how we'd expected it. And then as you're here, I just have something that I want to read to you. It seems like
our country, their hearts are heavy today. We're very anxious. We're starting to get very short-tempered with each other, more so than usual. I've even found myself snapping at my daughter. So just thinking about the way that we're responding to people. It grieves my heart to see so many people tearing down others because they disagree with them. Social media has become a platform to rip others apart. We are more focused on being right than on being loving. Love is what we should be focused on, not winning or losing an argument. It is not easy to choose love or to listen to someone else's side. But it is my hope and prayer that we would stop and think before we judge or make assumptions. That we would feel compassion and empathy for the pain and struggles of others. That we would have the willingness and the ability to forgive, to let go of resentment, and to be able to heal emotionally. Let's rejoice in the joy, success, abundance, and good health of others, and mourn with, listen to, and help those that are struggling, even if we don't see eye to eye. Let's courageously, effortlessly, and unconditionally give and receive love. So my question and my final thought to you is, with your actions, with your speech, no matter if you think you're right, the other person's wrong, can you do it in a loving way? Can you really think about, maybe for a moment, things from their perspective? Take a moment to be in their shoes, to think about why they're reacting that way. And if they're reacting from a place of anger, don't do the same thing. Come back to this place of love. Maybe taking a moment to open up, being okay if you fall out of something, slam into your bookcase. Whatever happens, that's life. It's messy. Just very gently from this place of Shavasana, beginning to deepen your inhale and exhale, sending movement and breath back to your fingers and toes. On your next inhale, arms reach up overhead on the ground above you. Big stretch apart. Hands come back down by your sides. Bend your knees and roll over onto one side or the other, using your palm to press yourself back up to a seated position. Can you come back to a seated position with your heart open, with it lifted, so everything's not closing off, it's opening up. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Closing the eyes here again just for a moment, bringing the thumbs to the heart. Just noticing how you're feeling physically, emotionally, and mentally. Being grateful for your strengths and grateful for your weaknesses. We can learn from those. Very gently opening your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'd love to hear from you. Please like and subscribe my videos. I'd really appreciate your support. Blessings and namaste.